In this video, we're going to talk about eating butter and drinking coffee. Good morning, I'm Dr. Craig Dingman. This is Elevate TV. We're broadcasting live every Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. And today, we're actually going to talk about two of my most favorite things. One of them is coffee, and the other is butter. So you're going to learn one of my secret morning health hacks. This is something I do religiously every single day, and I have this whole routine built around it because I absolutely love it. It's called Bulletproof Coffee, and it's a great way of getting healthy fats into your body. One of the misconceptions that's been going on for years is that people have vilified fat, and it comes from this low-fat craze that never really worked for us because as we took fat out of our food, we increased sugar and people got fatter. So it's clear now from the research that fat is important. One of the best ways to get fat is through butter. Now, it can't be any kind of fat or any kind of butter. It should be grass-fed butter. So this is one we like, is Kiwi Pure. There's another one called Rolling Meadow, which is great. And I put that in my coffee in the morning to get a good dose of strong fat every day. And what it does is it fills me up and it takes away that craving to eat the typical morning foods, which are like the beige foods, like cereal, bagels, muffins, toast, all those things. Humans were not made to eat grains. And as long as you fill yourself up with more nutrient-dense foods, like healthy fat from grass-fed butter, you won't crave it. So, the other thing you can use if you want is coconut oil, which is very, very healthy fat as well. It's another saturated fat that fills you up. This one is expeller pressed. I'll show that nice and close so that you can see. If you put regular coconut oil in your coffee, it's fine, it's healthy. But what I find is that it brings that coconutty flavor, and I'm pretty neurotic about my coffee. I'm a complete coffee snob, and I don't want that coconut flavor in there. So anyway, I use this grass-fed butter. Now, don't use regular butter, because regular butter is from cows that have been grain-fed. Cows aren't supposed to eat grain like humans aren't supposed to eat grains, and when the cows eat the grains, the butter they produce is unhealthy for us, and we consume it, we lose health. But when cows are left in a field to do what they were designed to do, which is eat all sorts of different kinds of grasses, the milk they produce makes excellent fat that is good for you. So this is what I do in the morning. This is my pre-breakfast. So this is something I learned from my son, my little 5-year-old, years ago. We learned the Hobbit breakfast. And hobbits were these little people in Lord of the Rings. It's kind of a nerdy thing, but they ate a whole bunch of breakfasts, 3 at least. So we have pre-breakfast, breakfast 1, and breakfast 2. Breakfast 1 is my smoothie. Breakfast 3 is later in the morning. It's fruit. Breakfast 1 is bulletproof coffee. And here's exactly how I make it in my complete coffee snobbery. So first I take this beautiful coffee making machine here. This is my most prized possession. My wife gave this to me for Christmas a couple years ago, and this is the nicest gift I've ever had. I don't care about cars and things like that. You guys have seen what I drive. It's no big deal, but for me, this, I don't think I could live without my Cuisinart. You put the beans in the top, I put reverse osmosis water back here, and I push this magic button, and then all of a sudden down here within minutes is the most beautiful cup of fresh coffee with fresh ground beans ever. My wife, she's just, how did she just get me? How did she know this would be the perfect gift? Anyway, then I take my coffee and I take a chunk of this grass-fed butter. Now, for those of you that are type A's, you're going to want to probably measure about 2 tablespoons of grass-fed butter or the coconut oil. Me, I take my knife, I cut off a chunk that's about that big, and you'll see there is a little cream in there. We're not a dairy house, but you know what, I put a little bit of my cream every day. That's another indulgence. So that goes in. Then we take our coffee, fill this right up as much as you want, get the steaming hot, fresh, perked coffee in there. And I've got this other little thing, the Magic Bullet, which we used to use before our Vitamix, but this thing's dynamite for this purpose only. Put it on here, blend it up, and within seconds, the butter's melted. You get the most beautiful, frothed up, healthy latte you could imagine. I'm going to show you that steamy. Those of you who are coffee drinkers, you can probably smell that through the video there. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy that in a minute. But there is my first breakfast. I have this at 5:30, and the next food I consume is usually a green smoothie at about 8:15, 8:30. Takes me right through. Don't do any beige foods in the morning. Grass-fed butter puts in there butyric acid, which is good for reducing inflammation. So one of the things we try and do is get patients, especially those who are healing slowly, is to change their diet, get them eating more anti-inflammatory foods. Butter is a good one. Conjugated linoleic acid, it's a metabolism booster, so it's possible that butter is the next weight loss food. Likely not, but anyway, that might be a bit of a stretch. There's arachidonic acid in here, which is also really good for immune function. Anyway, hope you enjoy your Bulletproof coffee. Join us for Elevate TV, 10 a.m. every Tuesday morning. Leave me some comments. Let me know what your recipe is for Bulletproof coffee. Enjoy.